Massive multiversal madness, Magic the Gathering has given us so much information about the upcoming set March of the Machine, but there's some details in there that people have not noticed or talked about yet, and I truly believe this might be a step too far for Wizards of the Coast. Wizards of the Coast has given us a ton of information about its upcoming Magic the Gathering release, March of the Machine, and that information actually comes from what might be the most triumphant return to in-person paper play event that we've ever seen, MagicCon Philly and the MTG Pro Tour. That event is actually approaching 1 million total views. I'll do a video about that later this week. Make sure you're subscribed. But in this information drop, we got a set that proves to be story-driven. It's going to wrap up loose ends. It's going to bring in all elements of the multiverse. You have cards getting treatments from sets that didn't have treatment. We're bringing back full art, borderless planeswalkers. What could possibly go wrong? Well, this is weird for me, because as a channel that generally takes a positive view on almost everything, I actually have a huge problem with the information we got about March of the release, and I think this might be a bad sign for the set long term and for regular enthusiasts like you and I. So not only today are we going to talk about what my problem is with March of the Machine, I'm going to talk about, while it's only a limited reveal, how I have evidence that this could be a core aspect of the entire set, and I'm going to talk about things that Magic could do in the future to maybe make sure this doesn't happen again. But before we get into the negative, let's talk about March of the Machine as a positive. It looks like we're getting the regular SKUs, and those SKUs are packed with goodies that, us players and enthusiasts are going to love. We got cards in various treatments. I'm not even going to bother putting the treatments on the screen, because by now, Magic the Gathering sometimes overdoes other treatments, but they crush it. The art is fantastic. It looks colorful. It looks amazing to hold and just to play with. I cannot wait to get these cards in my hand. Big news is Plane Chase is back. We are going to do a Does Plane Chase Matter video on this channel, but Plane Chase is back in a big way, and a ton of the dedicated community is hyped about that. It's coming in the regular Commander product. Yes, that's right. We have regular Commander product dropping, and it's more than 2 decks. I have said before in the past, I do understand the 2-deck Commander sets. Commander's meant to be played in pods of 4, and yes, you can play it in pods of pretty much whatever, but give us 4 Commander decks, and that's coming back. We're not getting 2 Commander decks. That is hot. That is great. I can't believe it. We finally have a reveal of the collector booster and collector booster art, which is something we didn't have before. And all in all, we are tying together what we are promising to tie together, a ton of Magic the Gathering's past story, kind of bring this big war with the Phyrexians maybe to an end, maybe start a new story arc. And as we've heard before, this set plans to change how we both play and collect Magic the Gathering from here on out. So there's a ton positive with this set, and as a community, we are hyped for it, and I can see that. But this set maybe is Wizards of the Coast and Magic the Gathering's final form, if you allow me to Frieza for a second, in an aspect or a direction or a lane that the game has been in for some time that I have vehemently disagreed with. And this is the idea that sets and Magic cards and standard release products are designed what seems to be for Commander. Now, it seems as if on the surface, with the limited information we have, Wizards of the Coast has designed March of the Machine for Commander. They still flaunt it as, on stage at MagicCon Philly, the latest standard Magic the Gathering release. And that's right, Paper Standard is coming back to the Pro Tour. I have a video about that. So Paper Standard does matter. The fact this is a standard set does matter. And this is a weird place to take. This is a weird design choice, in my opinion, to make. With the Pro Tour quickly approaching 1 million total views from the previous weekend as of the recording of this video, and Pioneer and Draft from the most recent Magic set, Phyrexian All Will Be One, really taking center stage and showing how much fun they can be and all that they can bring to the Magic the Gathering community, it's weird, in my opinion, to follow that up with a release that seems to be all about Commander. We have legend on top of legend on top of legend to Dragon Ball Z again. We got Fusion Ha and our favorite legends joining forces to fight evil or to fight good if they are evil and whatever it might be. but I don't like that we are designing sets for Commander. Now, what proof do I have of this? Josh, it's a limited release. You're going off the handle too soon. What do we know? Well, it's weird when that's the first foot that you lead with. When you talk about a set, and I understand that we are going to be playing around these legends. I'm not saying these legends won't be playable in a multitude of format, but it's weird to lead with that foot when you have said over the last year that Commander is the core of your game. And to couple that with the return of something like Plane Chase really lends to the notion that, oh man, we really do seem to be designing this set for multiplayer format. Now, when we take a look, a step even farther than that, and kind of reread more of their information and listen a little farther about their set reveal, they mentioned something else about the promos for the pre-release of that event. Now, yes, the Magic 30th promos are still being given out. There's a sick Eternal Witness. There's I think there's a ridiculous looking Niv Mizzet. But for the specific March of the Machine promo releases, we're actually getting Commander-specific cards, I believe. And feel free to correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section below, but I believe we're getting Commander-specific cards for going to a standard set pre-release and playing Draft. It feels very weird. It feels very Commander-centric, and in my opinion, not only does this hurt Magic the Gathering, it hurts the Commander format. Most Commander players that I've interacted with in the past have wanted to really dig into sets and find cards that they want to play in Commander. Find cards that, one or two of go in the 99. Find a new special Commander to build around. They don't want to be spoon-fed this information. It's part of what makes Commander being a singleton format so much fun. You can look through your box and look through your binder and pick out the special sauce that you want to add to make your deck kind of play the way that you want it to play. So to force feed all of this Commander product in these standard products on repeat, it feels very aggressive, and I don't think it's healthy for the Magic the Gathering Commander community. I also don't think it's healthy for Magic the Gathering as a whole. Magic the Gathering in our community has just showed we are clamoring for in-person paper play, even if it's at the highest level. I've heard time and time again, Josh, we don't like playing Magic the Gathering competitively. Well, a very prominent Commander player in both your and my community has once said to me, man, I like to play Commander, and it's so much fun when I play Commander and win. They're also having, many Commander pods are also having trouble with the power level discussion. As more and more cards get printed in Commander, everyone wants to play these powerful cards. Well, it's creeping the power of these decks up because, yes, people like to play powerful cards and want to win. It is okay. It is okay to sit down at a table of Magic the Gathering and want to win your game. It's also okay to want to win it playing a fun strategy that you enjoy. And guess what? That means losing is going to happen, and it's okay too. I believe firmly we need to move away from this notion that the only way to play Magic the Gathering is the most casual setting where we all agree we don't want to win and everyone's just going to cast their spells and no one's going to interact. It's still fun, as we saw from the almost 1 million views. It's still fun to sit down one-on-one and play paper Magic. It's clear the community wants that, and March of the Machine seems to be a step away from that. Now there's hope, right? March of the Machine has not been completely spoiled yet. There's still a ton of information, and March of the Machine Aftermath, we got a little teaser about that set, and it's going to be kind of a unique experience. If that was a Commander focused product, I think that would be a really cool place for them to still make Commander cards and kind of maybe rein in standard sets and make them all about paper play. But after seeing Draft and Pioneer shine, I mean, we're going to do a video about the Pro Tour and about how Pioneer is just a freaking all-star, and Wizards of the Coast, as far as card design and fun interaction, they just get it, man. They just get it. But I think that this is a step, or, maybe a final step down that long path that I think is the wrong path. But what do you think? I want to hear from you in the comment section below. I know that most of the community doesn't share my take about Commander, but I really want to hear, does this feel like a bridge too far? Does this feel like we're really forcing it down the community's throat, or is this exactly what the whole community wants? I want to hear from you. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging out. Again, I think we've passed 90. We're at like 91% of viewers on this channel aren't subscribed. So if you want to help me out, if you like the vibe around here, press that subscribe button. It does a million good, it does everything good for the channel. A million good, I don't know, whatever, it's early in the morning. But thank you guys so much for hanging out. Oh, and the most important thing that you can do is share this video with a friend or group of friends, because conversations like this are important. Like, we have to make noise as a community to let Magic know what we want, what we don't want. So I think this is very important, guys. Until next time, you guys know me. My name is Josh. Thank you so much for spending your morning with me, and we will see you around. Goodbye.